Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that Billy Hamilton has been on 6 or 7 different teams since 2019. I'm hoping that the Mariners give him a chance because, as you can clearly see, he can still get it done defensively. And when you have an outfield that includes Jesse Winker, maybe Kelnick can move over to left field, and then you plug in Billy Hamilton for a late game defensive replacement. I hope that he gets a shot because I really feel like Billy Hamilton can still contribute on a big league level, whether it's defensively or on the bases. Anyways, what's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have so much to talk about, but before we get into all of that, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you're into baseball, and also if you're going to any games anytime soon, save yourself 20 bucks off your entire SeatGeek order using the code Fuzzy. Now, we do have some beef with the baseball gods because they have taken away so many stud players over the last few years, including Jacob deGrom, and it happened again. We're going to talk about why Jacob deGrom is going to be out anywhere from a month to a few months. But before we do that, we have some breaking news, 2 different stories. The Angels have designated Justin Upton for assignment, so they will be paying Justin Upton $28 million to not play baseball for the Angels. And it reminds me back in the day when they allowed Josh Hamilton play for the Rangers, a division rival, and they were still paying him $26 million. They ended up paying Josh Hamilton's final $53 million. It's just kind of funny though, because Justin Upton was raking. He had a 2 home run game a couple days ago. So instead of just seeing if he was going to pan out, the Angels are completely shifting gears. They are going with Brandon Marsh and Joe Adell along with the GOAT Mike Trout, because if we take a look at Upton's last 131 games, he's hitting .209 with a paltry .294 on base percentage, and he is combined for a whopping negative 1.2 WAR. So he has been essentially horrible. Now, as a Cleveland fan, I am very jealous of the fact that the Angels do open up their wallet and spend a ton of money, but I guess this is the reason as to why teams like the Guardians don't spend a ton of money, because it can backfire heavily. I mean, if we go back to the horrendous contract that was Albert Pujols, they sent him to the Dodgers essentially, and they paid him $30 million to see him make the playoffs. Josh Hamilton wasn't very good. The only really deal that I can think of that has been solid was CJ Wilson, and that was almost a decade ago. So let me know in the comment section down below, would you want your favorite team to take a flyer on Justin Upton? I believe he is going to sign for the league minimum, and for right now, I think that's $5 or $6 million bucks. So the Angels are going to be paying him 28 unless a team picks him up. Another breaking story. This one is so awesome. Good for the Tigers for not manipulating this kid's service time. Spencer Torkelson has officially made the opening day roster. But now we have some sad news to talk about. So Torkelson's running mate, kind of in the top prospect rankings, Riley Green, who made this insane catch a couple days ago. I don't know if I showed you, but if I didn't, look at this.
To right field, Green back. Oh, and he made the catch.
Riley Green is more known for his offensive prowess. Clearly, he can get it done in the field as well. And I have some unfortunate breaking news. He has a fractured foot. I don't know how long he is going to be out, but a fractured foot does not sound very good. Probably going to be missing anywhere from a few weeks to a month. So you're going to have to rely on Victor Reyes playing center field. I'm no Victor Reyes fan, but he has shown some glimpses of being solid in the past. So hopefully Grossman, and you have Akil Baddoo, and maybe Derek Hill comes back healthy fairly soon. But this is a big time blow for a kid that was going to make the opening day roster along with Spencer Torkelson. So that's not the only injury that we have to talk about. deGrom, of course, is the biggest one. But real quick, Luke Jackson is most likely heading to Tommy John surgery. He was really good in the postseason for the Braves last year. The only team that torched him was, as he said it, his daddy. He called the Dodgers his daddy. So that is his words, not mine. Unfortunately, he's going to be out for the entirety of 2022, as it seems. Now we have to talk about why would you do this, baseball gods? Why do you keep taking the GOATs away from us? Mike Trout has been fairly injury prone over the last 2.5 seasons, and Jacob deGrom is in that conversation as well. He has a stress reaction in his shoulder, but it's not with a muscle, it's not with a tendon, it's in a bone. And again, he's going to be out for the next few weeks, if not a month or 2. And to add insult to injury, Max Scherzer is now having hamstring injuries. So just a week ago, we we saw Jacob deGrom start a game, go 3 innings, and then Max Scherzer came in and finished it off by throwing the last 6 innings, so the two-headed monster was in full effect. Now we don't know if Max Scherzer is going to be able to replace Jacob deGrom as the Mets opening day starter. I mean, here's what Max had to say about his own hamstring injury. He said it wasn't the worst, but it is a problem.
This came from running. I've noticed something a couple days ago. My hamstring just tightened up. Didn't feel like I strained it or anything like that. But when it was time to go to the mound, I could just feel that my hamstring was tight. And at that point in time, that's when your hamstring's tight, you can't go for it. I think this is the same thing. I think it's a little hiccup. Just got to address it. So I'm working with the training staff to identify what's causing it.
I don't know what we have to do to please the baseball gods. If there's some sort of sacrifice that we can make, I will sacrifice my own shoulder, my own hamstring to these guys if it means that they won't be missing any time. But the baseball gods are just, they're relentless. Now, we do have one more story to talk about in regards to the Mets, but I do want to talk about Tim Anderson getting suspended by Major League Baseball for the first 2 games of 2022, and he's going to be fined $10,000. If you have no idea why, I'm not even going to give you context. I'm going to roll the video, and you guys can figure out as to what happened. If not, I'll explain it in just a second.
Jawing, screaming, back and forth, and right here, that's where you see what might be contact between TA and Timmons, and you see Timmons throws him out immediately.
So as you saw, Tim Anderson was in a little scuffle, and he didn't push a player, he pushed an umpire. He was immediately ejected. So it took Major League Baseball all that time to figure out how long his suspension was going to be. It's only 2 games, but still, opening day, the fact that he's missing that, even as a Guardians fan, I want to see Tim Anderson on the field. He is great for the game of baseball. 2 games, I mean, I guess. What do you guys think? Let's go back to the Mets because there is a trade that is on the table right now, and it is a doozy. So I'm not sure if it's going to happen. If I had to put a bet on it, I would almost say no, it's not going to happen. But on the table right now, the Padres are offering up Eric Hosmer, Chris Paddock, Emilio Pagan, and $25 million in exchange for one single player, Dominic Smith. Dominic Smith was injured over 2021, but in spring training as well as in inter-squad games against Max Scherzer, he has looked disgustingly good. He's back to being Dominic Smith in my opinion. So the Padres are just trying to offload the horrific contract from Eric Hosmer. So if this trade does happen, the Mets would only be paying about $6 million owed to Eric Hosmer, and then they get Chris Paddock and Emilio Pagan. They could use Chris Paddock considering their injuries. And then the Padres, they get Dominic Smith to play first base. That's fine. Again, no idea if that's actually going to come to fruition. There is still some things to work out. And again, if I was a betting man, I would lean towards this is not going to happen. But then again, my name's Fuzzy. And who listens to me? Especially when I say something like this. I believe that Byron Buxton is going to win MVP in 2022. I don't know what it is about Byron. He just looks healthy. Knock on wood. It is not my fault. I am knocking on wood. But he goes back to back with Carlos Correa. That lineup is going to be stupid. So if he can just play 150 games and play Byron Buxton defense with the addition of Carlos Correa in that lineup as protection, Byron Buxton could seriously hit 30 home runs, steal 30 bags, and lead the league in defensive run saves. He could have a 10-WAR season. That's how good Byron Buxton is, and I'm actually kind of excited to watch the Twins this year, minus their 3, 4, 5, and 6 starters. I mean, that's not going to be good. Then again, I am excited about Joe Ryan, and Griffin Jax isn't the worst, and maybe the Twins are onto something. Maybe I'm underrating them. Well, everyone, that does it for today's spring training recap. We're going to go ahead and end it with a few random clips that I found over on Twitter, and also a reminder, I am going to be posting more MLB The Show 22 videos, so if you're into that, make sure you guys are subscribed. There will be a video out later, and again, save yourself some money. Use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek. Stay safe.
1-1. Shohei Ohtani drives this one. Center field. That's going to get all the way to the wall. Shohei
gets this ball? This is not how you draw the relay up. Does it say who's playing right field for them? Ramirez?
Case now, the improvement towel. There goes Mateo, and a long shot in left center field. Mateo can break into a trot. Home run, Ryan Mountcastle barreled out.
You were kept abreast of line drives like that.
Good call, Steve.
That's a very nice catch.
Leori Garcia just saved the third hit for Piscotty today.
A swing when he's in trouble and when he needs to put the ball in play.
Diving catch in center field, and what a play. Travis Jankowski coming up with a dandy in center, and he robs Burleson.
Give him the goal.